to our Leadership Empowerment session at Spearpoint Training Institute, and I believe this morning will help you tremendously in your influence and your leadership, in unlocking your potential. Pardon. Have you ever wondered why, when you look at people and other leaders around you, why some people have more influence than other people? Their influence, when you look at them, it is as if their team just buys into their ideas, and some people is able to win every day on their leadership and their ideas, and others not so much. How is it that their teams take their ideas and their leadership much more seriously than your own ideas and your own leadership skills? So this morning I want to address this. We think I need to pitch my ideas better, although this might be one of the factors in getting people to buy into my ideas. We want better arguments, better skills in bringing my arguments to the table or my ideas to the table, and we think that people will catch on to this, embrace this, and run with this. This might be the case sometimes, but more often than not, there's a deeper root, a deeper reason why people will embrace your ideas, your leadership, and they will run with it. We think, I need to work on my abilities to communicate better. As harsh as it might sound, a team that does not buy into you will not buy into your ideas. Dr. John Maxwell is famous for his saying that says, leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. Whether your ideas or your viewpoint catch on with your team, it's about your influence that you have over their life. And influence is never static. It either is constantly increasing or decreasing. This is one thing that is not remain static for a long period of time. If you are struggling to get your ideas adopted, it's most likely because your influence is not at the level that's required for your team to embrace your ideas. So in actual fact, you sit with the influence problem and a communication problem. And we try to negotiate these things with the team. Leadership is a long distance race. It's not a sprint. We need to keep our team motivated. And their motivation is essential for achieving the goals that you set out for your team. And we need to find a way to motivate them on a constant basis. And as we are working on our skills on motivating them, we need to become creative in our motivation. And I want to take you or give you very, very briefly a few skills that you must embrace to make sure that people will buy into you and buy into your idea. Sorry for this, I had a problem with my internet reception this morning. It seems that it is slow in recording this, so please forgive me in that. So I'm just going to mention very briefly quite a few tips on how to increase your influence and how to make you more effective as a team leader. Number one, be passionate at what you do. And there's a direct connection between competence and influence. Leaders instinctively develop a habit of listening to their team members. Even if you might not initially disagree with them, listen, and you shall be surprised on how many things you can learn from your team. When you talk to your team, never assume to be able to get their ideas adopted. It's because the team does not respect you. If your ideas are rejected every time, it's because of a lack of respect. If you want more influence in your work ministry, or your workplace, in your ministry, or in your church, be passionate about what you're doing. I am passionate about leadership. And because I'm passionate about leadership, when I talk about leadership, I become passionate, and that is an infectious attitude that will catch on with your team. Your ideas are always attached to you. And if people respect and admire you, they will tend to respect and admire your initiatives. That's number one. Number two, grow your character. Being great at what you do is one thing. That is a competency level. But a competency level does not mean I'm a good leader. I've met how many competent people, but I do not want to spend time with them. I want to greet Arkanes Silas from Pakistan, Lahore, Pakistan. Welcome, joining us this morning. Character impacts your influence as much as your competency does. And the long term, even more. My competency will open up doors for me, but my character will keep me inside. So it's a long-term matter. Why? Because character is still the ultimate lid of our leadership. Every day, highly competent leaders lose their jobs, their careers, their families, because their character implodes upon them. Your competency will take you only as far as that your character can sustain you. Never forget this. My character carrying me through my life. Number three, cultivate humility. The only person who likes a know-it-all person is the know-it-all person himself. Let me repeat that. The only person who likes a know-it-all person is the know-it-all person himself. If you want to cultivate greater influence, make your leadership less about you and more about the team. Prideful leaders are incredibly reluctant to share the spotlight. Everything is revolving around them. Everything is about me, myself, and I. Welcome to Jerry Mosue at our session this morning. You've worked so hard and so long to get where you are. Why don't you share the moment with others? The attitude is, because it's me. I've worked so hard. And because I've worked so hard, I don't want to share. I don't want to step back. And this is the problem we see, especially in Africa, that people don't want to step back and help others to get to their place of excellence. After all, I've worked hard. Why must I share it with anyone? So if you are a proud leader, you want the stage, and as often as it's available. You want to chair every meeting, and you're reluctant for anyone else to lead, and you are struggling to give credit. Humble leaders willingly push others into the spotlight. They are sitting and planning, how can I expand my team's exposure in every field? How can I help them reaching their potential? A humble leader rejoices in the success of his team. A proud leader resents the success of others. They will always try some or other excuse to discredit the team and let the focus just to remain on them. Number 4, do what you say you are going to do, and do it when you are saying when you're going to do it. If you want more influence, start now. Just do what you said, and you're going to do when you're going to say it. Just do it. So few people can produce on their promises. So few people cannot meet deadlines, have excuses for not achieving what they have promised to produce. Do you have an idea how many bosses and employers wake up every day to a string of phrases like the following: I'm sorry, I didn't get it done. Sorry, I had a bunch of things that came up. I didn't know this was important. I'm so slammed right now. Or I just forgot. This does not happen because leaders don't want to show their weakness. But if you can say these things, you are ahead of 98% other leaders. Make sure that you are able to say sorry, that you've made a mistake. People will have confidence in you. They will not lose respect for you if you can acknowledge that they are also adding or contributing to the success of the team. Number 5, initiate. A surprising number of people sit around waiting to be told, waiting for something to happen. A good leader always initiate. What needs to be done, they do it. They don't wait to be asked. They are initiating. If you're not sure whether you have permission to do it, ask permission. Ask them, may I do this? Can I step up to the plate? Can I bring a solution to the table? People look for self-starters. People want to follow self-motivated people. Self-motivated people have more influence than those that need to be motivated. And as you continue with this, it leads to the 6th point, and that is finish. It's easy to start something, but it's very difficult to finish what you have started. So many projects get started and gets abandoned. You and I can both point to hundreds of blogs, podcasts, ministries, businesses that have started well and died after a few posts, after a few years, or a few episodes, because they've lost their passion. Finish what you have started. Believe in the project that you initiate. So many great initiatives fail, not because they were bad ideas, but because the team members never finished what they have started. The team never embraced and adopted your passion. So they will start to run until they hit the first roadblock, and then they will stop. Shipping beats dreaming. Finishing trumps starting. Completing beats planning. So many people are experts on planning, strategizing, but they are battling in the execution of what they have started. And I want to say welcome to Johan as well, Johan Stander, that is watching. So I hope you enjoy this teaching as I continue this teaching. Number 7, gets inspired. True motivation in itself is an inspiration. But inspiration starts from within. You cannot inspire others if you are not inspired. Find what inspires you. Visualize your goals. And if you are not motivated, we will not be able to see where we are going. And if we can't see, how can the team see where they are going? So get inspired. Number 8, think of the rest. Care about people. People are not just a tool. People are the most important element in your business, in your ministry, and in your church. Make sure that they know that you count on them and that they are part of a team. And their role is integral to the success of the project. Make them know. Make sure that the team knows their importance. Number 8. Number 9. Push away negativity. Drive away negative people from your life. Avoid these unhealthy relationships. But be sure to open the door to those that provides motivation, that are positive and contribute to the success of the team. Negative people is like a cancer that destroys progress. Number 10, appeal to values. Find out what's important for your team and turn it into a driving force for motivation. As you take cognizance of values, because we must work on values and principles. Good ideas are excellent, but if they is not backed by true values and the driving force that makes success, and you will see a little bit later about trajectory. Number 12, celebrate small achievements. It's great to have a 5 and a 10-year plan, but people lose interest if they don't see some small victories in this journey for the 5 years. If they must work 5 years to see the first victory, I can promise you their motivation level will drop. Reward them. Reward good performance. Reward goals achieved. Small, short-term goals. Month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, a year. Give credit. Acknowledge them. The team will see it as an incentive to keep on moving in the right direction. Motivate them privately and motivate them publicly. Motivation is the fuel that will keep people going. Number 14, trust and delegate. I need to start immediately to tell you about the difference between delegation and dumping. I've said it 2 weeks ago, I'm repeating myself here. Delegation is when you give some responsibility to your team member to uplift, to encourage, and to enlarge their capacity. Dumping is when you're giving something away that does not add any value. And as you delegate, your team will start to trust you. Trust and delegation are the twins of success. They are hand in glove. And as we are giving a responsibility away, you make the team feel part of the success. So you will find that things that can be done in many different ways, and not just your way. And by delegating responsibility, we learn new ways of doing things, new ways of achieving the goal. All roads can lead to Rome if we allow them to meander a little bit, or for people to do things differently from us, as long as we achieve the same results. Number 15, get your team involved. Ask them how they are helping each other. Ask them to take hands as team members. Encourage them to improve cooperation. And always place people in their area of strength and interest. If you place a person in their place of strength and interest, your motivation will be little, because they will be self-motivated, since they are doing the things they like, since they're doing things they believe in. So they will be intrinsically motivated. You just need to channel that interest. Number 16, be transparent. Share the information. Your team must know the circumstances and the condition of the team and the progress in the project. And if there's some hampering or stumbling blocks in the project, share it with the team so that they will know. These are the troubling areas. So what can we do to make a difference? And as you're becoming more transparent, they shall own the project. And as they own the project, your problems become the team's problems. And they will work hard to resolve those problems. The next point, report the problems. For that very reason of progress and transparency, reports are invaluable. Working together, the solution will be faced more efficiently. Finding solutions and alternatives will be easier because your team will help you to resolve the problems and find solutions. Make use of their ability. Why are they then there? If we don't want to utilize their skills, their knowledge, their experience. Develop your team. That's the next point, number 18. Develop your team's potential. Start training them for the projects. Give them tools in their toolbox. The moment we bring a team member on the team, you have given them an empty toolbox. And by training them, equipping them, giving them new information, you give them tools. And the more tools they have in the toolbox, the more things they can fix. If they have only a Phillips screwdriver, they can only fix the things that require of a Phillips screwdriver. But if they have a monkey wrench, a Phillips screwdriver, a star point screwdriver, or some or other tools, a hammer and so forth, they can do more things. So make sure your team is being equipped. Develop their potential. Stretch their comfort zones. Get them out of their comfort zones. Let them start things that they have never done before. But important is the next point. Demand excellence. And as you demand excellence, you will raise the standard of productivity. Never settle for mediocrity. Anita, welcome this morning to you as well. It's great to see you and following this teaching. So, demand excellence. And excellence is a true motivator. And it will only come once they have experienced some victory power. Andre Gillick from Japan, wonderful to connect with you again. We are coming a long way, Andre and myself. We were at high school together in the 80s, and today he's a successful golfer in Japan. Pinpoint their motivators. Pinpoint what makes them tick. Ask people. Don't try to be clever and to know it all. Ask people what motivates you. What will help you to become more enthusiastic? And discourage them of breaking themselves down. Work on taking the discouragement. Take that aspects away. Dr. Johan Alberts, welcome as well. And as we work enthusiastically, passionately, your team shall become passionate. It shall be transferred to them. And they shall help you. Successful leaders don't stand on the shoulders of others. They lift others up and they will pull you up to stand on their shoulders because they are on a higher level. Make development as part of your responsibility, as one of your priorities in life. Don't be afraid. You are going to make mistakes. Make peace with it. The only person that has never made a mistake is the person that hasn't done anything. Make failing your friend. You are not a failure if you are failing. If you're making a mistake, see that as a learning curve on how to not do something. And through this, your team will also see it is fine to make a mistake, so they will not be afraid of stepping up, stepping out, taking responsibility, take initiative. But make sure that you are the safety net to catch them when they make a mistake. Every problem we might face are not there to destroy us. Problems, storms are our training partners. It makes us stronger. It develops a tenacity inside of you to overcome. And that will be an example for your team to grow. And within your team, Anton Berners, welcome at this morning's training session. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to learn. Don't be ashamed to sit down and ask people for help. It's only a fool that tries to reinvent the wheel. Somebody, somewhere, has done what you are doing. They have the answers and they might be willing to share it with you. Sit down. I've made this huge mistake many years ago when I went into ministry. When I said to my father-in-law, who was a pastor for 35 plus years, I said to him, Dad, please, I want to discover things myself. Thank you for your input, but I want to learn it for myself. How stupid have I been? Here's an encyclopedia of knowledge, and I'm not reading it. We need to have experienced people around us, surrounding us, from whom we can learn. Team up with them. Teach your team to team up. Let them do things together, because two heads is better than one. So, and by teaming up, we learn about cultural differences, linguistic differences. It builds teams. It brings unity in your team. Take them on team building exercises. Let them discover their team's strengths and weaknesses. Optimizing every opportunity then cancel the threats. 2, if one falls, the other one can pick them up. Leadership is not a lonely journey. If it's lonely for you, you are doing it wrong. And lastly, and I want to close with this, never give up. Never stop when the going gets tough. When the going gets tough, the strong gets going. We all go through some challenging times. I've said to somebody last week, I'm so glad the second year of this year has passed. January was 1 year, February was another year, or it felt like it. We had so many attacks in the past 60 days that you feel you want to give up. But the fact that you believe what you are doing, that you are passionate about it, it will never allow you to give up. There might be somebody listening today that says, everything is too tough for me, I want to give up. I want to encourage you this morning, don't give up. You might be on the brink of a miracle. Learn from the storms, learn from the stumbling blocks on how not to do things, but don't give up. Make your team stronger. A good leader is constantly on the lookout for team players, for people that can be added to the team. And when you look at those potential people, I've said this was the last one, but I want to say this as well. Trajectory. Look at the person's track record. Thank you for joining Kiara. I'm excited to see my grandchildren also joining the leadership training sessions. If we can start at a young age, we shall be successful when we are older. So when you're bringing somebody on the team, don't work towards commitment, work from commitment. Don't appoint a person into leadership because you hope they will become a leader. No, look at their trajectory, their track record. Do they have influence now? So basically, to become a team member, to become somebody on your leadership team, you are actually acknowledging what they're already doing. It saves a lot of time. It saves a lot of selling time, that you must sell the team, this new team member. But if he has a good trajectory, everybody will see the trajectory and they will embrace the member as a valuable asset. So this whole session this morning was about how to master your influence and your leadership and unlocking your potential. Please utilize this sessions. Send it out, share it with others. I am posting this session on my Facebook, on my YouTube channel as well. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make an effort, please, and share it with people on your Facebook page. And if you want to utilize this as part of your training for your team, you are more than welcome. And lastly, the person from Pakistan asked, can I come to Pakistan? Yes, I've been traveling for many years to numerous countries. We've traveled to 22 countries over a period of 7 years, doing leadership training in corporate, in businesses, in churches, investing in them. So we are willing to go to you as well. We can do it online. But I have found your best leadership empowerment session with a team is not on Teams, but on face to face. I've been to India, Australia, the Philippines, the Middle East, right through Africa, North and South America, Europe. Please utilize this knowledge. I want to share it with you. I want to make you successful. Thank you for sharing, watching this morning, and join me in 2 weeks' time. God bless you.